Okay, we're live. Are we good? Hello? I think we're okay. Just a second. There we are. Okay. Hello everyone. Hi. How are we all doing? Welcome back to Minecraft Monday. It's time for some more Minecraft, some more Create at Astra. Looking forward to this one. Last week's stream, unfortunately, got cut a little bit short. I don't want to dwell upon it too much. There were a variety of reasons, but I ended up ending the stream early last week. But we're back today. We are going to be diving back into Create at Astra. I'm going to get the world loaded up straight away, and I'll tell you what we're actually going to be doing. Let me know, of course, if you can see and hear me all right today. I've actually fiddled with the mic settings on my split cam today to turn it down a little bit because I noticed that my mic does tend to peak quite a lot. So hopefully it's a little bit. Hopefully the audio is a little bit clearer today, but it's not too quiet. Let me know how it is. If you can see and hear me all right. If you can see and hear the game all right. If there are any problems, let me know. With that out of the way, though, we are, as I say, diving into Create at Astra again. Last week, we did some work on our train, the second train, the train to the coal mine. And today we're going to be... First of all, we need to finish off... There's a couple of finishing touches we need to add to that. But mainly today, I want to start focusing on... I think there might have been a slight drop in connection live, so... Okay, it just happened again, apparently. Very odd. I'll just carry on as normal, and whatever happens, happens. You know, if we have the odd disconnection, it is what it is. Yeah, like I say, my internet the last couple of days, for some reason, has been really bad. I don't know why, but I've noticed it the last few days. I've just had problems with it. So we'll, like I say, we'll just carry on, and hopefully it'll smooth itself out. Anyway, back to the game. Bedrock or Java? This is Java. Horus. This is modded Java. We're playing a custom mod pack by me called Create at Astra. The main mods being Create and Ad Astra, as well as lots of other stuff. What we're trying to do at the minute is automate the production of steel, for which we need coal and iron ingots. Now we've got the iron ingots automated. We are having trouble with the coal, and as you can see here, the problem is that the coal isn't actually being loaded into the wagon. Now, I think I've figured out why this is. I assumed that the whole train would act as a single entity. So what I did was I placed the storage vault in the actual engine, and I just assumed that the storage interface loading into the carriage here would count as it being loaded directly into the engine. That's not the case. As it turns out, each individual wagon is a separate entity. So if we want to load coal into this wagon, there needs to be a storage vault on this actual wagon. So we're going to need to sort that. That's the very first thing we need to sort out. Excuse me. That's the very first thing we need to sort out. Do we have a train whistle? We do, but it's bound to... Okay, we'll bind it to this guy. Now I am going to have to... Unfortunately, I can't ride on the train either, for reasons I will get into later. But we can still call the train with the whistle, which is what we're going to do here. Hope you well. I am Logs. How are you doing? Hi, Silly Maxer. How are you as well? T-Launcher? No, this is the CurseForge mod launcher. I use CurseForge for pretty much all of my Minecraft stuff. Occasionally I use Feed the Beast, just because it's good for like pre-made big mod packs. But yeah, I am a long-time user of CurseForge. Here it comes. Okay. I'm good, chilling right now. Glad to hear it, Silly Maxer. Me too. Hopefully today's stream go a lot smoother than last week's. There were a lot of problems with last week's stream. You know, I was ill, I was tired, my internet was terrible, my game was running like absolute shit. So yeah, I ended the stream early. Sue me. Hopefully today that won't happen. I have actually, you'll notice, I have actually fixed the performance issues with the game. It turned out that I was not dedicating enough RAM to the game. I was dedicating 8 gigabytes, and you know, it was my understanding that dedicating more than 8 gigabytes was pointless. If you Google this, if you look anywhere on the internet, you know, how much RAM should I allocate to Minecraft, almost everyone will tell you there's no point going above 8 gigabytes. And it turns out that's wrong. What it is, a long time ago, a few years ago, that did used to be the case. The way that Minecraft used to be, the way that the code used to be built, made it that anything above 8 gigabytes was basically pointless. But that's not actually true anymore, apparently. Since about 1.12, which was quite a few years ago now, that has not been a thing. You can actually dedicate as much RAM as you like. So I went for 12 gigabytes, which so far has resulted in a much smoother game. So I'm going to stick with it, and if there's any problems, we'll solve them when we come to them. How much FPS do you get now? We're still at 60 frames per second. That's I've got the game capped at 60 because my monitor refresh rate's 60. There's really no point in it being any higher. But yeah, if you watch last week's stream, we were getting huge lag spikes. Literally every few seconds, it was just completely freezing. And you can see that that's not happening now. I even managed to turn the render distance back up to 32 chunks, so we can see all the way off into the distance again, which is pretty cool. And yeah, it seems to have not had any negative effects, so... hi Jerex, how you doing? What am I doing, actually? I need to get item vaults, that's what I'm doing. If I remember right, T-Launcher is what school kids use to download Minecraft on school computers. I wouldn't know, Draydog. I don't actually remember anyone in our school doing that. We used to just go on Miniclip. Big up Miniclip, by the way. Rest in peace, Miniclip. It died, of course, when Flash games were eradicated from the internet. Okay, a barrel and iron sheets. Okay, we don't have regular barrels. Oh, we do have a barrel. Let's make one more. Just give me a second. If anyone's watching on YouTube right now, by the way, can you let me know if the stream's actually running? Because I'm still getting messages from OBS telling me that that it's not running properly. Oh, Silly Maxer is watching on Twitch as well. Hi, Silly Maxer, how are you doing? Yeah, like I say, I have had a couple of internet problems the last couple of days, so you will have to if anything happens to the stream on Twitch, YouTube, or TikTok, you know, if the stream ever drops or anything like that, let me know straight away. I'll try and keep an eye on it. Okay, to the rail yard. Looks fine to me. Thank you, STFC, for double checking. Okay, so what we need to do, we need to put these item vaults in the coal wagon here. But I want to do it in a way that they're not visible. Because they, you know, the whole point of this is that it's supposed to look like an actual truck full of coal. So if we can hide these in the undercarriage somehow, that would be ideal. I have to dig down a little bit just so I can actually see underneath. Okay, there's fluid tanks. Oh yeah, I remember. So again, to explain what's going on here, I made a mistake with the trains. I assumed that the entire train was one single entity. So if you had a tank in the front, for example, then any storage interface connecting to any carriage would offload into that tank. It doesn't actually work like that. Each individual wagon is a separate entity, which means if we want the storage interface to connect to the coal wagon, then there has to be storage on the coal wagon. It can't be like anywhere on the train. So that's why these fluid tanks are here. Because again, I thought that if the interface is on the big rear carriage, that it would share the inventory. But again, doesn't work. Not to worry, it's a fairly simple fix. This should solve the problem. And if we take the train back to the coal mine now, theoretically it should start loading straight away. Okay, let's just bring the train over here a bit. Oh, we need to reassemble the train. I'm an idiot. Oh, also, Cal Wants Pizza on YouTube. I don't know if you'll be watching right now, Cal, because I think you tend to watch my VODs after they've gone up. But Cal Wants Pizza told me that you can actually control a train with one driver if you put controls on both sides of the seat. Which I didn't know. I didn't know that. What I mean is, right now we've got two drivers on this train. I can't get in because the stairs aren't in front of the door. Right now we've got two drivers on this train. One of them's got a control panel here, and one of them's got a control panel here. It turns out that you can actually just have one driver and put a control panel at both sides of the seat, and that still works. So we could get rid of one driver, and we could move one of the control panels forwards a little bit, which would be very, very handy. We can't do it with this train, because there still wouldn't be enough room to fit a passenger seat in it anyway, so we might as well just keep this one as it is. But we know that for future trains. Okay, reassemble this. But yeah, it makes things a bit awkward because we can't actually sit down in this train, which means we do tend to get thrown out of it when we go around corners. If I can figure out how to squeeze another seat into the cab, I will, because that would be the best option, really. But it's very restrictive cab space. For those of you who don't know, obviously I try to model all of my trains after real British locos, which are very small. The UK is known for having quite small trains. We've got a very small loading gauge, so our trains aren't as wide or as tall as they are in mainland Europe or the United States, for example. I forgot to bind the whistle. Oh, for God's sake. I keep forgetting to do important stuff. But yeah, because I've been trying to build them as accurately as possible, it means they're very, very small. And the sizes are actually quite accurate. Like, this is... I've tried to build them to the real dimensions of the trains that they're based on. This one is a little bit longer than the real thing, but the height and width are pretty much perfect. Okay, now we've bound the whistle. I'm still getting used to the blocking thing, because I swear I blocked Happy Nappy the other day, somehow slipped through. It might be because you muted him instead, Draydog. I think if you mute someone, it only lasts for the length of a single live stream. You have to, like, do a full block to, like, permanently remove them. Monkey D. Luffy on YouTube says, "Hello, I'm from Sweden and trains are cool over here." Nice one, Luffy. I quite like European trains, to be honest. It's always cool to see how different they are from here in the UK. Because again, I think the biggest difference is the size. Our rail infrastructure is designed in such a way that our trains are as big as they can be. Like, there isn't physically room to make our trains any bigger than they are, which is why if you look at a European engine next to a British one, it's like so much wider, so much taller. Our trains are very, very, very compact. Anyway, look at this. It's working now. The coal is actually going into the train. We did it. We've automated coal. Ow. And I've just broken my legs. But we've automated coal. So I think now would be a good idea to take the train driver schedule and see what's happening here. So, 4 buckets. The train is it's gonna do the same as the iron train. So it's gonna pick up 4 buckets of biodiesel. It's gonna empty out, and then it's gonna come back to the coal mine and repeat the process. That seems acceptable to me. I guess we can just leave it to do what it needs to do then, for now. There's only 800 millibuckets left anyway, so it's going to probably be going back soon. Let's see. Would you like a sub, says Luffy? That would be wonderful, Luffy. Thank you very much. Can you see my messages? I'm just trying to be nice. I can see your messages, Scott. Yes. And I've seen all the messages that you sent me and the DMs that you sent me on Discord. Don't worry, I've read them. Okay. What's happening here then? Well, I think we should have automated steel by now. Is that light just changed, didn't it? Did you see that? That was red. It went red for a minute. Ah, did you see that? It flashed. It flashed. It keeps going red. It keeps going red. Right. I feel like I'm losing my mind. You're right. You're seeing this. It's red. It's red now. Now the thing is, it should be red. It should be permanently red. So why does it keep going not red? I've just fallen off a bridge. It could be going. It could be clearing the signal because the train is through a nether tunnel. It might not register. Like, because the train has to go through the nether and then through another portal at the other end, it might not be correctly registering the location of the train at all times. Or it could just be that the signal doesn't render beyond a certain distance. Maybe if we back up a bit, it'll eventually turn... Yeah, oh, there we go. Okay. It's just a render distance thing. When you get within a certain range of it, the light comes on. But when you get further away, it it goes off. There we go. I shouldn't be stood here, by the way, because this train... This is now an active rail line. We've given the train its schedule. This is now a working rail line. This could come through at any time. Am I seeing that right? Your train tunnel's a giant portal? It is, Draydog, yes. So because the iron mine is almost 2 kilometers away in that direction, we've built part of the line in the nether, which dramatically reduces the distance, because obviously 1 block in the overworld is 8 blocks in the nether. So basically, instead of building a 2,000 block tunnel, we built a nether portal, built a 200 block tunnel, and then built another nether portal at the other end. Which you probably won't see the end of through here. Oh, there we go. Yeah. So this tunnel here in the nether, this actually covers over 1.5 kilometers in the overworld, which is insane. You seem like a chill and awesome person. Keep up the streams, they're so cool. Thank you, Luffy. I'll tell you what I should do. I should add a little walkway along the side of this tunnel, because, once again, this is an active rail line, and if the train comes through now, I don't know if I'll be safe here. I'm strafing the wall, you know, I'm hugging the wall, but it still might be a bit risky. There we go. There's an emergency train stop there, just in case. And yeah, if we look on the map right now, we are... Never mind. There we go. Yeah, so the train tunnel runs from here to... God, you can't even see the other way. It's so far. There we go. That's the length of the train tunnel. It runs from -7... Oh, no. It runs from -63 to -1,676-ish. So, very, very long distance covered with just a short tunnel. We also can't actually follow the train track all the way into the station because curves don't have any collision on them. So we can't follow the curve round. But this is the station where the iron ore gets loaded on. So right, I'm going to head back. Do you have to drive the train, or is it an AI driving it? It's currently driven by a NPC, Scott. I can take control, can drive it myself, but right now it's automated. We got 2 trains on the go. One of them is transporting iron, the other one is transporting coal. And once they both bring the materials back to the factory, we should start making steel. And the reason that this whole thing has just been a setup for Ad Astra. All of this has just been an attempt to automate steel, because we need steel for basically everything in the Ad Astra mod. And that's our next big project, is to start looking at Ad Astra. Oh. Oh, it froze. Ooh. Okay, 1 freeze isn't so bad. It's a better track record than last week, so... Oh, look at that, I need to update the banner. I completely forgot. We got a new logo now. We got a new orange... You might have seen it if you're in the Discord server. We got a new orange logo. So we'll have to make a new banner at some point. How'd you get your own banner in, says STFC? I'm using a mod called Camera Aperture. Camera Rapture, sorry. So what this does is it adds a camera which lets you take in-game screenshots and then print them off. So like you can take a picture in-game and then you can make it into a painting that you can put on the wall. You can also use it to import your own files. So if you want to put any image in the game, you can upload it and print it out with this camera. So that's how we imported the Ashbridge Industries banner there. Again, it does need updating because we got a new logo now, so I'll probably end up replacing that with an updated one. Not trying to upset you or anything, but how's your voice so deep? Says Yeezers. Because of testosterone, Yeezers. Because I was born male and I went through male puberty. Logo looks cool if it's the one I'm thinking of, the orange one, right? It is, yeah, Scott. Yeah, the orange one is the new one. That's the old one up there. Hello, British Noob. How are you doing today? Right. I need to focus up because we're already nearly half an hour in and we haven't actually done anything apart from mess about with trains. Let's get into what we're actually doing today. We are focusing on Ad Astra. Ad Astra, if you don't know, is a remake of Galacticraft, the classic Minecraft mod that lets you go to space. We're playing with Ad Astra and Ad Extendra, which gives us a total of 19 different planets that we can visit. In fact, if I type in the word globe, there's a globe for each planet. So you can see here, there's Earth, the Moon, Mars, Mercury, Venus, Glacio, Ceres, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Orcus, Pluto, Haumea, Quaoar, Makemake, Gongong, Eris, Sedna, and Proxima Centauri b. And it's our long-term goal is to visit every single one of these planets and bring back a globe from every single one as a souvenir. Now, the first place that we need to go is the Moon. That's like the first stepping stone. So to do that, we need a Tier 1 rocket. That's this one here. To make that, we need rocket nose cone, which uses steel. We need steel blocks, which use steel. We need rocket fins, which use steel. We need steel tanks, which use steel. And we need a steel engine, which uses steel. Basically, we need steel, and quite a lot of it. So that's why we've spent the last 20 episodes of this series trying to build an automated steel production facility. And now, we've finally done it. We finally got it up and running. The train was the last component. We finally have everything we need to start producing steel automatically. With no input from us, it'll just make steel on its own indefinitely. We've already got 73 ingots. I don't know if that's enough for a rocket yet, but that's our long-term strategy, is to make a shitload of steel, build a shitload of rockets, and visit every single planet that we possibly can in this mod. I'm good, how are you? I'm very good, British Noob. How are you doing? So, the next thing we need to do on our journey to space is we need to focus on building all the infrastructure. So not only do we need a Tier 1 rocket, we're also going to need an oxygen loader, which is going to fill oxygen tanks for us. We are going to need a fuel refinery, which is going to turn crude oil into rocket fuel. We are going to need an etrionic blast furnace, which helps us produce electrical components. And there's loads of other stuff as well that we need. Again, if I just type in Ad Astra, there's loads of stuff here. There's solar panels. Obviously, we're going to need those when we're on the moon because there's no water on the moon, so we can't use create water wheels. There's oxygen distributors, gravity normalizers, cryo freezers. There's all sorts of stuff, and most of it requires steel, which again is why we've been spending so long trying to automate steel. But yeah, this is it. Now that we've got steel automated, we can really start focusing on the Ad Astra side of things. How many planets have you been to? I'm with EE. I've been with EE for about a year. They're not bad, don't get me wrong, but they're also not particularly great, and I don't know, it is what it is. Full fiber, I believe so, yeah. Anyway, I'm just going to keep playing. If we have connection problems again, then it is what it is, and we'll just have to, you know, take it as it comes. I'm going to disable these waypoints as well, by the way. Is there copper cable going to the router? The router's plugged in, yes, Tom. Okay, what I really want to work on today, though, is this. This is eventually going to be the space center. It needs a lot of work, obviously. Right now, it's just a little bit of a hollowed-out cave. But eventually, this is going to be our space flight terminal. We're going to build our launch pad in the crater to the north, which is through this little tunnel here. Let me just dig my way up and show you. Yeah, so here is where the launch pad itself is going to be. We're going to flatten out a bit of ground in the middle of this crater here, and this is where we're going to build the launch pad. And so most of the space center will be underneath the hill here. I'm guessing you don't know the difference, but fair enough. I don't. I don't really know anything about internet, about routers and all that shit. Just making this tunnel a little bit bigger so we can jump through it. But yeah, what I'm thinking is, I'd like to start building our space center here. A lot of work needs to be done. I'm actually thinking of switching it round so that the floor's white and the walls are black. I want to make as much of it as we can out of lab rat panels, which are very Portal-inspired. The white panels are quite expensive because we need moonstone, which we don't currently have access to. But the black panels, they're quite easy because all we need is bitumen, which is made with coal. Like, basically, coal and charcoal is all we need to make the black lab rat panels. So we'll make the walls out of the black panels. We will make the floor out of calcite for now, because that's white. And the ceiling, should we do the ceiling white as well? I think we will. I think we'll give it a white ceiling. And I'm not sure what's happening with the stripes yet. Let's head back and get some materials and see what we can do. Calcite, we got plenty of it. Stonecutter is in my bag. And we'll go for layered calcite, I think. Because it has a nice connective texture, and it also has a border around the edge. We use this for the floor. And then we should have plenty of coal from the coal mine already, so we can start doing some lab rat panels as well. Basically, I'm going for a blend of every underground base in science fiction. The outside, you can tell, is clearly inspired by Vault-Tec from the Fallout universe. The inside is going to be quite heavily reminiscent of Aperture Laboratories from Portal. I would be lying if I said I wasn't going to take some inspiration from Yog Labs as well. Big Yogscast fan. And that's partly what inspired this series, to be honest, is their Jaffa Factory 2 series. So there's going to be some of that in here. And I think we'll use the copy and paste gadget to speed this up a bit. There we go. We don't need to worry about it replacing blocks. Now the floor is going to look a bit plain for the time being, but it's not going to stay this way. These stripes that we've got on the walls here, I want to have them on the floor instead. And there's going to be lines going to each different part of the facility. So, like, you follow the red line to go to the launch pad, follow the blue line to go to the storage area, etc., etc. And we are out of... Oh, we're not out. We've got another half a stack of calcite bricks. That's good, though. I like that. I'm happy with that. For the time being, again, I know it looks a bit plain, but it's not going to stay this way. Next thing we should probably get on with is the black lab rat panels. So we're going to need a lot of coal and a lot of charcoal. And we should probably sleep as well. How do you get into the planets? Says Scott. We have to build rockets, Scott. All you have to do is build a rocket, launch it into space, and then when you get to space, you can choose which planet you want to go to. The Tier 1 rocket can only go to the moon, but each tier can go a bit further. So once we get the Tier 2 rocket, we can go to Mars. The Tier 3 rocket, we can go to Venus, and so on and so on. And by the time we get to the Tier 11 rocket, we can go to Glacio, which isn't even in our solar system. So each tier of rocket can go a bit further than the one before it. But the Tier 1, that's only going to get us as far as the moon. Okay, coal. We have loads of coal. We've even got 2 blocks of coal ore. I think we just dug those out of the mountain, right? Oh, it's because we got a Silk Touch pickaxe. I was wondering, I was just thinking, like, how would we get coal? We don't. We do have plenty of... You can still make charcoal from stripped logs, right? Yes, you can. Okay. So it doesn't matter if they're stripped or not, we can still get charcoal from them. It only seems to happen on Minecraft. Can't remember it happening on any other games. I don't think it's Minecraft that's the problem, STFC. I think it is just my internet. Like I say, it's been bad over the weekend as well. Can we make charcoal from coal? Is that possible? No. So we are going to have to just wait a little bit to get charcoal. Well, we could get a stack of birch and make some of it. Okay, lab rat panel. Crude bitumen, 2 coal chunks, and 1 soot ash, which is made by re-smelting charcoal. So as soon as this is done, we need to put it back in again. Hopefully there won't be a recipe clash. Is this a modded version of Minecraft? It is, TBT, yes. This is a custom mod pack by me called Create at Astra. It's got about 150 mods in it at the minute. It started off with about 50, but I've slowly kept adding stuff. Oh, that just... Of course. It's going to be another one of these blocks that it won't actually let us make because it conflicts with another recipe. Yeah. Yeah, there's a conflict in recipe here, so it can make soot ash or coke. But interestingly, these are both from the same mod. Soot ash and coke are both from the same mod, so how can one mod have a conflicting recipe with itself? Is there any way to make bitumen without coal ash? Oh, yeah. Hold on, we can make... Oh, no, right, hang on. We need... I mean, we can crush scorched stone, but that's fairly unreliable. How else are we going to do it? Thanks for following CK Games. You made the game look amazing, fair play to you. Thank you, Scott. We're using a shader called Mellow, which is absolutely gorgeous, by the way. I'm a big fan of shaders that are quite subtle. You know, that I don't really enjoy shaders that add too much, you know, that do too much visual overhaul. I like stuff that keeps the Minecraft feel, and I think this shader does a really good job of that. Again, it's called Mellow. When's the next Euro Truck stream? Tomorrow, CK Games. And yes, I will be doing a convoy again, if you'd like to join me. I'm going to try and smelt another stack of charcoal, if I can. Well, let's try and just do one block of... Let's do one piece of charcoal first, just so that I can verify what happens. Okay, here we go. Yeah, it just destroys it. Well, this is a big problem. What would happen if we smelt it in the traditional way? I think we might have to do that. We'll just have to put it in an old-fashioned furnace. How long are you on your truck tomorrow? 3 hours. It'll be 3 PM till 6 PM as usual. Okay, do we have a regular furnace? We do. And if we smelt this in the regular furnace, will it give us what we need? No. Why is that? Smoking. Oh. I completely misread that. We're supposed to put the charcoal in a smoker? Ah. That seems odd, but sure, we'll go for it. There we go. That makes coke though, not soot ash. So why is that? Again, I find it really baffling that these are both of these recipes are from the same mods. The mod has a recipe conflict with itself. That's not right, is it? And I'm guessing we can't do anything with the coke to make it into soot ash. I know what we could do. Where's the birch? Why have we run out of birch planks? We got mangrove. We can use mangrove. All of this just to get some black panels. Am I allowed to join your convoy? You can, Scott. Yes, it's going to be open to the public. I'll reveal the details tomorrow, but they'll be the same as usual. Okay, here's what we do. We can use polymorph to select a recipe, which gives us one piece of soot ash. Then if we put that on this basin here... Oh no, that doesn't work. I thought you could filter these. Okay, never mind. But we can use the smoker. We know for a fact that we can use the smoker. So set it to soot ash, and we should be alright. Do you need a beefy computer to run all the mods you're going to use? Because mine's from like 2018. I'm not using any mods on Euro Truck at the minute. You will need the newest DLC, Nordic Horizons, but no mods. So it seems like if we want to make soot ash, we are going to have to use the smoker, because the bulk smoking gives us the wrong recipe, which is quite annoying. But it is what it is. And we combine that with 2 coal chunks. Okay, well those are easy enough to make. We can do some of those here. Okay, we got bitumen. So we need to surround a block of fiberglass with bitumen, which is resmelted glass. Have we got glass? Have we got sand? We got sand. Okay. Hopefully this will work with the smelter. Hey Charlie, how are you doing today? Come on, come on, come on, come on! Right. Now, if this... Wait, hang on, hang on, hang on, hang on. Yeah, it is resmelted glass. If it'd be pretty annoyed. Again, we could use polymorph to do it in a regular smelter, but it'll be annoying if the bulk smelter doesn't do it. Polymorph, by the way, is a little mod that lets you select recipes whenever there's conflict. So if there's like 2 items that have got the same crafting recipe from 2 different mods, you can choose which one you want to make. But it doesn't work with bulk smelting or anything like that from Create. Not bad on the Switch. Nice one, Charlie. Switch 2. How is... These are based on These are based on the panels from Portal 2 specifically. There is a white version as well, but you need moonstone for that, which is quite hard to come by. So we're just going to use the black versions for today. And I think I might make them into vertical half panels as well. Yeah, I like the vertical half panels a bit more. What's wrong with the internet today? No idea, Charlie. It's been a pain in the arse, frankly. I'm not sure why, but we have been having a lot of trouble with it today. I like the sound these blocks make. Oh, yes. Yep. I like that. We're going to need quite a lot of them. So we'd best get to work. So we're going to need... Right, the room is 12 blocks tall, which means we're going to need 24 of these panels for every block of the corridor's length. That's 30 blocks. 30 times 24. What is 30 times 24? 60 times 12, which is 720. How many stacks is that? Now you're testing my math skills. 720 divided by 64. I honestly couldn't tell you off the top of my head. We're going to need a lot. Let's just make a lot. In fact, to speed things up a bit, I'm going to take down one of these trees here. There we go. That only dropped 3 saplings. Oh no, there's another one there. Okay. Oh no, it actually did... There we go. 40... Wait, that's it? 44? I'm going to chop down the rest of them. We don't need any more train tracks right now, so we might as well chop down the trees that we've currently got here. Okay, there we go. Oh wow, they regrow pretty quickly. But I think that's probably enough. So we're going to make all of that into charcoal. Oh, inventory's full. Okay, pop a stack on there. And we'll put that stack in the smoker as soon as it's ready. Now we should be able to craft a good few panels with this much charcoal. Any second now. There we go. Make sure it makes soot ash. Oh my god, I didn't realise how bad my inventory was. Even my backpack, my diamond backpack, is full to the brim right now. It really needs sorting. Okay, I'm going to leave that for a bit, and we'll... Oh, have we had a train back yet, actually? Let's go and have a look. If a train's been... It'll be the coal train, if any. Why are the lift doors shut here? Has it been? Where's the coal dust? There. I actually can't remember where the coal dust pops back up. Oh, it has been. Oh, okay. So we got coal dust. We've got... I see the problem. I see the problem. We got... It's absolutely backed up with iron. There we go. That's steel! That's a steel ingot! There it goes. This smelting system, I think, is going to have quite a few problems. The biggest problem is that all the materials are on one single belt. Which means these can easily fill up with iron, but not have any coal in them, or vice versa. So we're going to need to keep a careful eye on them. But what should be happening is half of the iron should go straight to the vault, and half of it should go to be processed into coal, which seems to be what's happening. You can see steel. You can see some steels going through, some irons going through. It should be at a rate of 1-to-1. So for every iron that comes past, it should be followed by a steel. Now, I don't think we're quite going to keep up that rate. It seems like roughly that's the rate that we're getting. It takes a minute for the steel to actually be mixed. So occasionally you'll get 2 or 3 iron coming through before any steel does. But you can see roughly there's 1 iron for each steel. Which means steel production's automated. Like, actually fully automated. $99 steel ingots. Look at that. We can actually start building rockets now. We can actually start working on the Astra stuff at last. It's been so long. I'm ready for it. I'm ready to start going to space. I want to go to the moon. I want to go to Venus. I particularly want to go to Venus. Venus is my favourite planet. I love Venus. It's an absolutely inhospitable wasteland, but I love it. What a great planet. God, these smokers take their time. Even with a smoker, which is twice as fast as a regular furnace, it's still so much slower than blast smoking. But we can't blast, not blast, bulk. We can't bulk smoke because you can't filter the recipes. So we can't make sure that it produces soot ash. It's just going to produce coke instead, which we don't want. We'll wait till we get a full stack. Now this should make... I don't know. I don't know what the rate is. 1 soot ash makes 3 pieces of bitumen? 2 pieces. And 8 pieces makes... Oh, well, 1 piece makes 1 block of lab rat anti-panels. So we should be able to make 2 stacks with this. Not you. Fiberglass. That's better. 2 full stacks of lab rat anti-panels there. If we use the copy and paste gadget, we should be able to build the wall quite quickly. Space Center. I think we need a bit more colour on the outsides. It's very grey out here. Okay, can we use the copy and paste gadget? There we go. Let's see how we get on with this. Just need a bit of dirt or something to fill that gap. Gravel will do. Okay. And paste. Perfect. Oh yeah, that looks so much nicer than the white. It really does. I love this. It's so, you know, I'm a big fan of Portal. I absolutely love Portal. And this just gives me such Portal vibes. Again, I wanted to make the floor out of the white ones as well, but the white ones are a lot more expensive. I might even replace this end wall here with these panels as well. We'll see. We're still going to need a few more stacks, though. That's all from 1 stack of charcoal, and we've got enough to make 4 stacks, so I think maybe another stack or 2 would be enough to finish the whole thing. And obviously, we don't know how far the corridor is going to extend. It'll probably end up being much longer. That was just an arbitrary length that I made it for the time being. If I started Minecraft modded, what's a mod that you'd recommend for everyone? What's a mod that I'd recommend for someone who's not really familiar with Minecraft modding? Farmer's Delight. I would highly recommend you try Farmer's Delight. It's such a great small mod that adds in lots of new food recipes to the game. It lets you make a stove, and you can make a frying pan and a cooking pot as well. There's also a chopping board, this one here. But yeah, it's a really great mod that lets you do lots of different food recipes. You can make burgers, you can make roast dinner, you can make all different kinds of pies. It's a really cool little mod, and it's a great beginner and vanilla friendly mod as well. So definitely check it out if you never have. Oh, this is taking forever. Oh yeah, look at this. We can even make lab rat anti-panel indicators. And they actually are blue and orange, like they are in Portal. Look at this. You can even make repulsion and propulsion gel stained panels. Like, I so love the Portal aesthetic that they've put into this. You can even make the doors. This is so cool. What a great mod. This is blocks you need, by the way, which you do need. It adds in so many cool new blocks. I know I said at the beginning of this playthrough, like right back when we first started, that I didn't want to add too many mods that add in new blocks. We kind of abandoned that. But I don't care. I'm very, very happy with a lot of the mods that we have got. I'll tell you what we do need. We actually need to hook the casing machine up to brass and copper. We're currently not producing brass or copper casings. I need to figure out how to get them from the vaults onto the chain conveyors, though. So that'll be for another day. I remember the first day you started this. Me too, Charlie. Wow, it was so long ago. It feels like so long ago, but yeah, I remember when we first started, when we first set out on this series. I was so excited for it, and I still am. Like, even now, almost a year later, I feel like we're still only just getting started. There's so much still to explore with this mod pack. Like, we haven't even been to the moon yet. We haven't even been to space. There's so much still to do. And it's so exciting. Okay, another stack of anti-panels. We do need to make some lights as well. There's some really cool looking blackstone lamps. Which I think would work really well with these panels. I hate Minecraft but love watching you. Oh, thank you, Charlie. There's a few games where I'm like that, where I don't really enjoy playing them, but I like watching other people play them. What? Hold on. Okay, get in there. Obviously, the ceiling's going to make a big difference as well. The ceiling's quite an obvious problem at the minute. Let's have a look at these blackstone lamps. There we go. These are really cool looking lamps. We do need shroom lights, and we do need blackstone. Now, I do know where there's a warped forest where we can get shroom lights if we don't have any already. So they shouldn't actually be too expensive. I was going to use those glow-essent lights that I've used on the outside, but they're quite expensive. Okay, shroom lights. We got 2 shroom lights. Do we have blackstone? If I can spell it properly. Yes, we do. We got loads of blackstone. Good. It's literally just blackstone around a shroom light, and that gets you a blackstone lamp. We're going to need quite a few of them, though. I'm going to have to head to the nether. I've just realised as well, we don't actually have easy access to the nether anymore, because we took our original portal apart when we built the train portal. Which means if we want to go to the nether, we have to go all the way over to the train portal. And also the tunnel on the other side is completely enclosed, so we're going to have to punch a hole in the tunnel, in the nether, to get the blocks that we need. But if we just grab a bunch of them, we should be okay. Oh, another lag spike there. Only the second one we've had today. We're doing quite well, game-wise. I know the stream's been lagging, but the game itself has been running very well today. I'm glad that I, dedicated a bit more RAM to it. Like I say, there's a long-standing myth in the Minecraft community that you should never dedicate more than 8 GB of RAM. But it's not true. It's not true. You can dedicate as much as your computer can spare. So I upped it to 10. I said 12 earlier. I meant to say 10. I upped it to 10 gigabytes, and it works like a treat. It works like a charm. Oh, I see glow shrooms. How's the internet situation? Still shaky, unfortunately, Draydog. But there's really nothing that I can do about it. We just gotta live with it for today. Aha. There we go. Shroom lights. That's what we're here for. Now, it would be helpful to just grab as many as we can, because we are going to need quite a lot of them. We need one per lamp. And I want to make the lamps in 3s. You'll see why once we place some. Can we climb these? Oh, we can. Lovely. Sometimes it's not the actual router, the wiring outside under the footpath or in one of those boxes. Yeah, I think it could be an external problem, because, like, the router's not... Like, the router's... Nothing's changed. We haven't moved it or unplugged it or anything like that. It could be an external problem. It could be the whole street that's been affected. I don't know. All I know is that the last couple of days, it's been pretty shocking. Ow. It couldn't have happened at a worse time, to be honest, because I've been doing some I've been doing some Fallout New Vegas modding in the last few days. I wanted to get back into it because I've really been enjoying the second series of the Fallout TV show. And I've not played New Vegas for a while. So I decided to reinstall it. With plenty of mods, of course. Because that's how I do things. I like to play my games with so many mods that they're unrecognisable. I'm going to have to go in 10 minutes to get stepdaughter. No worries, Charlie. Will you be back later? I'm going to be live till 6, so maybe see you later. I'll tell you what we should do. We should put a waystone in the nether so we can quickly get there. Again, I don't really want to have to run to the portal every time I want to hop into the nether. Okay, there's still a little bit of lag between dimensions. You'll notice whenever I go from the nether to the overworld or vice versa, there's a bit of a freeze. But that's really the only issue we've had with the game today. The game itself has been running pretty well. Okay, so we got our blackstone lamps. These are really cool looking lamps. These are also these are from supplementaries. Now they have 2 different textures, and if you put them like this, look at that. Does that not look like the Vault-Tec logo. It really gives me Vault-Tec vibes. And again, I'm trying to make my space base look like every single underground base in all of science fiction, so Vault-Tec lights would look really good in there. If we head up here, I'm also going to put these over doorways, because we're going to be using the big 3x3 doors from Astra, these ones. So imagine the light above the door looking like this. Hold on. Not like that. Like this. No. Place it the right way round. There we go. Look at that. Now, remember the wall is going to be black as well, so picture that with all the black lab rat panels surrounding it. That's perfect. That is the perfect decoration, and it also provides light. I think that looks really cool. And again, it really does remind me of the Vault-Tec logo. It gives off that kind of... It's got a similar shape to it. How are we doing for panels, by the way? Okay, there we go. That's another stack. Okay, we are running low on fiberglass, so we're going to need some more of that again soon. Oh, don't forget to turn them into the vertical panels as well. I'm a bit worried about how this is going to look from the outside, though. No, that works. That works. I'm happy with that. I did say it needed a bit of colour. And I know black is still like grayscale, but it's not grey. You know, it's not the same as it still adds a bit of colour, which I appreciate. And we'll continue this up the wall as well, obviously. Ow. I'll leave you in my pocket, thanks, Charlie. Oh, I broke one of the lamps there. Oh, yes, 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 yes. Such Portal vibes. It really does feel like a cross between Portal... It feels like a cross between Aperture Laboratories on the inside and Vault-Tec on the outside. I love it. I'm really happy with this. I think the ceiling... Maybe the ceiling should be black as well, actually. Not these vertical panels. If we just do the plain square panels for the ceiling. Or there might even be another version that we could use. Let's have a look. Lab rat. There is a borderless version of the anti-panel. If we... Let me stone cut a couple of these just to see what they look like. Looks really nice from the inside. Thank you, Scott. It could kind of work. I don't know. Because it's the ceiling, I'd prefer it if it was just, like, one solid colour like this, rather than, like, you being able to see each block. You know, with something like this, you can see the borders of every single block very clearly. I'm not sure. I'm not entirely sure what we're going to do for the ceiling just yet. We could... Can we cut these again? We can. Oh! Wait a second. Where's the... Hang on. Oh my god, we can make them portal-sized! We can do 2 block versions that are the exact right size for putting portals on. That's cool. Oh, maybe we should do those instead of the small ones? Oh, I don't know. Would it look better with those? They do look really cool. The only thing is, the doorways are 3 blocks tall, which means there's going to be an awkward half block above the door. I think we'll keep the smaller panels for the corridor, but maybe in some of the rooms we could use these bigger versions, because these look really cool. Can you imagine playing this with iChun's Portal Gun mod as well? I think that mod still exists. It'd be so cool. You could actually build a working replica of Portal in Minecraft, like the whole game. That'd be so cool. Oh, wait. Hang on a minute. Hang on. I'm just experimenting again. Could this work? I'm not sure. There's so many options, you know, there's so many different designs that we could have. Let's just make some regular square ones. Because we haven't really used those yet. Honestly, I think that could work. I do, I think it could. Tell you what I'll do. Let's do it just on this wall for now. And we'll see how we feel about it. Looks like a smiley face. I'll have to have a look in a minute. What time is it? 4:30. Okay, top, bottom, top, bottom. Top, bottom. And then just regular panels there. Ooh. Oh, it works. It really works, actually. No, that's so much better. That is so much better than that. I'm doing that. I'm going to replace the whole wall. We're going to use the big ones. That looks so much cooler. So much smoother. Oh, I love it. I absolutely love it. Now, unfortunately, it does mean we're going to have to take this whole wall down to then replace it with these new ones. Oh, we should have... I wish I had some kind of vein miner mod. I should look into that. Yeah, it's going to take a few minutes to take this wall out, so let's make some small talk. What's everyone's plans for the week? And how was your weekend? It's been I haven't streamed since Friday, so how was everyone's weekend? Hope you had a good time. Like I say, I spent most of my weekend playing Fallout New Vegas, which I've been getting back into because I've really been enjoying the second season of the TV show. Weekend was good. Working tomorrow at Fishmongers. Nice. I'd love to work at a Fishmongers. I love fish. I could survive on fish alone, honestly. People have asked me before, like, would you ever consider going vegetarian? And the answer is, I don't think I could manage being a vegetarian, but I think I could be a pescatarian. I think I could survive with just fish. Because I really love fish. What fish do you like? All kinds, Charlie. I love tinned fish, mackerel, pilchards, sardines, anything like that. I love sushi, tuna, salmon. And I love cooked fish as well, you know, a nice battered cod or plaice. Yep, absolutely gorgeous. Kippers, smoked mackerel, that's really good. I'm just a fish lover, you know. Salmon as well, though. Oh, smoked salmon. And tuna, right, look, I love tinned tuna. I love, like, you know, cooked, processed tuna. But also, there's nothing quite like tuna sushi, you know, and a fresh piece of tuna sashimi. Oh, I want some now. I want some. I love sushi. Love sushi. Fresh tuna is so expensive at the moment. Yes, it is, unfortunately. I actually tried doing my own sushi once, and the fish was by far the most expensive part, for obvious reasons. Salmon's quite pricey as well, but I do love it. I love cockles and eat them straight out of the jar, says Olivia. I'm not so big on cockles. I can take them or leave them, but I wouldn't go out of my way for them, you know. But I like any seafood, really. I'll try any seafood. I might not necessarily like it, but I'm always willing to try. Ah, there we go. Oh, we might be about to run out of fiberglass. Yeah, no fiberglass left. Damn. Sushi's a pain. You have to freeze it to kill the bacteria, then unfreeze it. Yeah, sushi is... it's rewarding, but definitely tricky. I wish there was a genuinely good sushi place in Doncaster. Because, look, Yo Sushi's fine. No disrespect to Yo Sushi, but it's cheap, you know. It's like the fast food version of sushi, you know. When I lived in Bath while I was at university, there's 2 really, really great sushi restaurants in Bath. And they're like proper, authentic, Japanese-run businesses. It's such a difference. Like I say, no disrespect to Yo Sushi. I like a nice bit of Yo Sushi now and then. But compare that to going to an authentic Japanese sushi restaurant and having the real thing. Oh, it's night and day. You know, I like to say, I really, really wish there was a good sushi restaurant in Doncaster, but there isn't. What am I doing? I am making more lab rat panels. That's what I'm doing. Top half, bottom half. Top half and bottom half. Okay. I need to sort out my inventory in just a minute. Bottom, top, bottom, top. Okay, good, good, good. In fact, I'm going to go and sort out my inventory now. Get rid of all this gravel. That'll probably do for now. And then I can put all this iron and coal in my backpack. There we go. Right. We got 2 stacks of bottom half panels. We got 2 stacks of top half panels. And we've got 64 left over. Let's turn this all into regular panels, just so we know exactly what we've got. And these can just be... They already are regular panels. There we go. Let's try this again. And I think this is going to look so much better. I really do. Yeah, I've got a good feeling about these. Yep, good, good, good. Copy. And paste. Oh. Oh, for God's sake, we ran out. We missed a couple of bits, and we ran out. We almost had enough, though, and that does look way better with the bigger panels. I think the bigger panels definitely were the right choice there. Where's the top half one has gone? There we go. Yeah, oh my god, that is so good looking. I love that. That's gorgeous. I know I keep saying it, but this looks straight out of Portal 2. So, so good. We are going to need way more to do the other sides. Oh, wait, we got 96 more here. What? I didn't realise we had another 96 in our bag. Okay, in that case, we'll make some more. That's it. I'm thinking, actually, have we got any more granite pillars? I'm going to grab some more granite pillars, and I'm going to add some at the other end of the hallway. Like I said earlier, I don't know exactly how long the hallway is going to be just yet. It'll probably end up being longer. This is not the final state of the base by any means. But I think just to visualize it, just to get some idea of how it's going to look. There we go, we'll get a few more of these. I need to automate those doors as well. All of these doors should be automated, really. Okay, do I have a waste block that I can use? Oh, we can use charred planks. There we go. Same again in this corner. Oh. We've run out of panels again. Anyone for coffee? I'm making one now. I'm on the monster again today, Charlie. Unfortunately, I think coffee and monster at the same time would probably give me a heart attack. Honestly, I only ever drink coffee in the mornings. I have a cup every morning, and that's pretty much it. And I get Kenko instant cappuccinos. Those are my favourites. Love Kenko. Okay, I'm going to turn all these back to regular anti-panels for now. This is really taking shape, though. I know it looks quite dark still. But once we got more doors in, each door's going to have one of these lights above it. So if there's a door here, for example, there'll be another set of lights above that. And we can probably keep the ceiling lights or have some other hanging lights of some kind. But if we can get enough to do this other wall as well, then I think this corridor will be ready to go. I'm going to skip the escalator this time. While we're down here, let's see how the steel situation's looking. Okay, there's iron in here, but no coal. Let's go see what's happening at the coal mine. Had a heart attack at 26. Damn, Charlie, I'm 26. I'm 26 now. Couple of stands I survived. I'm glad to hear it, Charlie. I'm glad to hear it. I think with modern medicine, a heart attack's a lot more treatable, you know, than it used to be. Still very, you know, dangerous thing to happen, but you're still here, so it all worked out. Just gave up smoking. Been given up for 7 days now. Well, good luck with it, Charlie. Best of luck, honestly. Excuse me. I don't smoke, but I do come from a family of smokers. I don't think it's really done me any harm. You know, that I've inhaled plenty of passive smoke over the years, but on the whole, I think I'm fairly healthy. Okay, we need more logs. I'm loving this music, by the way. Can you hear this? Hold on, I want to turn this up. This is really cool. I like this. I've never heard this before. I don't think this is vanilla music. I love that piano. I could see myself playing this. I need to find out what this track's called. I have never heard this before. This is not vanilla, is it? This has got to be from a mod. Oh my god. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I did not realise there's so much dark oak in here already. What the hell? I didn't know we had this much. I should have just looked in the chest the whole time. That's tons. Okay, we definitely got enough to finish the wall then. We got over 9 stacks. When's the construction of the rocket going to start? Not for a while, Draydog, unfortunately. We've got a lot of other things that need to be built before the rocket. Before we take off to space, we need to make sure we got everything we need to build a moon base. So we're going to need the oxygen generation equipment, we're going to need solar panels, we're going to need building materials to actually build the base. We're not going to need food, fortunately, because we do have our backpack auto feeder. So that's one thing we don't need to worry about. But yeah, there's so much other stuff we need to do first. We need to be prepared. Gravity normalizer. I think... I don't actually think we need the gravity normalizer on the moon. The gravity normalizer, by the way, you can place this down on any surface, and it lets you choose how strong the gravity is. There's like a slider, so you can turn it up or down. I think this is going to be more useful on planets that have strong gravity to allow us to turn it down. Because there are some planets where the gravity is so strong you can't even jump. So the gravity normalizer would be very useful there. I don't think it would be that useful on the moon. I think low gravity is a lot easier to handle than strong gravity. But eventually we will need one. Obviously we need to build the NASA workbench to be able to make rockets. Those are fairly cheap, so... Need a fuel refinery to actually make the rocket propulsion fuel. There's a lot that needs to be done. Yeah, unfortunately, we're not even going to be able to think about the actual rocket for a few more weeks yet. But that is our long-term plan, is obviously the rocket. That's what we're setting our sights on at the minute. Oh, we need all the... We need the spacesuit as well. What's the difference between the jet suit? Ooh. Oh, the jet suit's got a jetpack in it, but we need calorite? Where do we get calorite? Calorite, it looks to be after Ostrom, so I would guess maybe Mercury. We might need to go to Mercury for calorite. Oh no, actually, because Etrium's... It shows Etrium before Desh. Where do we get Etrium from, then? It won't tell me. I know we get Desh from the moon, and I know we get Ostrom from Mars. I would assume that calorite... calorite might be Venus, because Venus is the next planet you can go to after Mars. So we won't be able to build a jet suit until we've been to Venus? That's going to be so far away. That's going to be such a long time. We haven't even got to the moon yet, let alone Venus. What have we got in Ad Extender? I think Ad Extender is pretty much just building blocks. Yeah. There's no, like, special tier of suit or anything like that in Ad Extender, which is a shame. Because for those of you who don't know, Ad Astra only allows you to go to the Moon, Mars, Mercury, Venus, and Glacio. All the others, all the dwarf planets and Jupiter and Saturn, those are from Ad Extendra, which is a mod that adds more to Ad Astra. But the main Ad Astra mod, we can go to Mercury, Venus, Mars, the Moon, and Glacio. And I think because Glacio's outside the solar system, we need to build some kind of cryogenic freezer as part of the rocket. Tier 3 rocket needs Ostrom. Tier 4 rocket needs calorite. Tier 5 rocket needs Juperium, which presumably is from Jupiter. Tier 6 rocket, satellite. Okay, yep. Tier 7, uranium, which I'm guessing in this mod is from Uranus. Tier 8 needs Neptunium. Tier 9 needs radium. Tier 10 needs plutonium. And Tier 11 needs electrolyte. Now, obviously, plutonium doesn't actually come from Pluto IRL. And Neptunium doesn't actually come from Neptune IRL. But for the purposes of this mod, we have to go to Pluto. We have to go to Pluto to get plutonium. We have to go to Neptune to get Neptunium, etc., etc. Like I say, there is a progression system where you have to go to each planet in succession. Like, we can't just go to Jupiter straight away. We have to go to Mars first. Which I appreciate. I like that there is that element of progression in there. I could see NASA eventually building a base on one of the planets in our solar system, but probably not anytime soon, says Draydog. Well, I think one of the goals of Artemis is to set up a permanent base on the moon, right? Like, not with permanent residents. It'll be like the International Space Station, where they rotate crew members. But yeah, I think part of the Artemis mission program... Oh, shit, we're not... I accidentally forgot to set this to soot ash instead of coke. Bollocks. Yeah, I think part of the mission, part of the Artemis mission goal is to establish a permanent base on the moon, which will be really cool. Also, I think Artemis has got their first flyby planned for this year. Could be wrong on that. I do keep up with all this stuff because I'm a very spacey person. I love space. I do keep up to date with what's going on in the world of space exploration. Oh, we need more fiberglass, don't we? Get this sand out. Over the years, I've heard that there's evidence that some sort of species occupied Mars. Whether that's true, I don't know. I think they found evidence of microscopic life. Not currently existing, but like they found evidence that microbial life may have existed at some point in Mars's history. Which is pretty big in and of itself, you know. I mean, we still have no hard proof that life exists on other planets, but we do have evidence that suggests it may have at some point, you know, in history. I certainly don't think that life... I don't think that complex life exists anywhere in our solar system, because the amount of exploration we've done, we would have found it by now. Unless it's like really deep within the oceans of Enceladus, you know, which is... It is Enceladus, I think, that's an ocean... entirely ocean-covered moon. But yeah, I think it's very unlikely that life exists within our solar system. Again, we've explored our solar system so much, I feel like we'd have found something by now. Do I believe that life exists in the universe? Absolutely. Absolutely, I firmly believe that life is out there. But yeah, I don't think it exists within our solar system. I think Earth is the only occupied planet in our solar system. Oh, that's right there. getting some sand, don't mind me. Okay, there is a bit of lag over here for some reason. It might just be because I've not been to that area for a while. Yeah, it's because it seems alright here. Don't know how long ago this was, but NASA apparently found an Earth-like planet. Yeah, they've actually found quite a few. I forget which telescope it is. Is it Kepler? There's a telescope that is expressly designed to seek out potential Earth-like exoplanets. They've found loads. There's like hundreds of Earth-like planets. Earth-like being, you know, they're Earth-sized and seem to be roughly the right temperature. Again, I don't know if life exists on any of those planets. And if it did, I think it would be very difficult to tell because they're like hundreds of light years away, you know. But yeah, there's... like I say, I think the possibility of there being life in the universe is very, very, very likely. But will we ever make contact? I doubt it. Certainly not in our lifetimes. Maybe never, because, you know, even the nearest star is nearly 5 light years away. And we don't have the technology to travel anywhere near the speed of light. I mean, you think about that. Like, the nearest planet, the nearest star to Earth, apart from the Sun, is 4.5 light years away. That means that even if you could travel at the speed of light, it would still take you 4.5 years to get there. This is what I think a lot of people can't, like, struggle to comprehend the scale of the universe and just how massive it is. That's just the nearest star. 4.5 years at the speed of light. The fastest thing in the universe takes 4.5 years to get there. So how long would it take us with our current technology? You know, millions of years. Like, literally millions of years. You look at something like the Voyager 1 probe and the Voyager 2 probe sent out in the late 70s, the early 70s, sorry. Those have been traveling deeper and deeper into space for 50 years. And they're just over 1 light day away from Earth. Those have been traveling since the 70s. And that's how far they've gotten in that time. Just over 1 light day, and the nearest star is 4.5 light years away. It's crazy. If there's any sort of life on those Earth-like planets, it's most likely animals. Again, I think so, yeah. Do I think that there's life out there as intelligent as we are? Yeah. Absolutely. There has to be. Do I think it's possible that we could ever make contact with other intelligent life? Probably not. Like I say, certainly not in our lifetimes. Maybe never at all. Because you think, right, if there is a planet out there and there's aliens on that planet that are as intelligent as we are, we don't have the technology to... Train! I just heard a train! Sorry, I got distracted. I heard a train. We don't have the technology to travel to other planets outside our solar system. So, if there was an alien species out there as intelligent as us, they also wouldn't be intelligent enough for intergalactic travel. You know what I mean? There could be thousands of species, you know, there could be thousands of planets out there that have intelligent life on them. But if they're as intelligent as we are, then they still won't have figured out how to travel between solar systems. I think the possibility of us contacting life is very, very slim. We see all these sci-fi movies and series where we think it's that easy to travel to other planets and encounter life. But yeah, I mean, you look, yeah, like you say, Draydog, I'm a big sci-fi fan, but you look at most sci-fis, it's implied that life is basically everywhere. Every single planet has some kind of life on it, and that's just obviously not the case. That's something that I think Red Dwarf does really well, because... Spoilers if you've never watched Red Dwarf, by the way. It's a British sitcom where this guy gets stranded in deep space. But something that Red Dwarf does really well is there are no aliens in it at all. There really is no life in the universe outside of Earth in the universe of Red Dwarf, which is really bleak. You know, I think that's a genuinely scary possibility, that maybe we are alone in the universe, maybe there really is no other life anywhere. That's a scary thing to think about, because that means that once we go extinct, once this planet dies, there's no other life anywhere else. I don't believe that. I don't believe that's true. But can you imagine if it was? Can you imagine if we really were the only planet in the entire universe with life on it? I think that's a pretty scary thought. We're obviously not advanced enough to build the Enterprise, that's for sure. Very true, Draydog. I mean, even Red Dwarf is beyond our technical capabilities. Even a giant red trash can that mines asteroids in the asteroid belt is beyond our capabilities. I'm off now. Have a good rest of your day, and thank you for an enjoyable stream. Thank you very much, Scott. It's been nice to talk to you today, genuinely. Thank you very much for joining today. Hopefully, see you again tomorrow for Euro Truck. God, we're gonna have so many lab rat panels. Okay, oh, I've messed up. Okay, let's go for 2 stacks of top half panels and 2 stacks of bottom half panels. Top, top, bottom, bottom. Good. Get the building gadget out. Oh, it's night time. It was really cool hearing the train go past, by the way. That's the first time that's ever happened whilst we've been playing. First time we've ever just seen a train, like, going about its automatic schedule. And it was worth the wait. I wonder if we're going to build trains in space. Well, not in space, but on other planets. Will we do any trains in those places? Maybe, maybe some monorails. Maybe, like, a Martian monorail or a lunar monorail. That could be quite cool. Because I feel like conventional trains just wouldn't quite fit. They'd be a bit anachronistic on a space base, you know? Oh, we've run out. No, we still don't quite have enough. We're so close, though. So close. I'm still not sure what we're going to do for the ceiling yet. I might just do calcite ceiling for now, just to match the floor, but it obviously won't stay like that. I don't think it should have a white ceiling. I think a white floor looks good, but I think the ceiling should be black to match the walls. But yeah, we'll build it white for now. Where's that gone? There we go. In Red Dwarf, didn't they encounter a survivor of Crichton's race? They've encountered a couple of droids from the same series as Crichton. Oh, wrong place. Well, especially in later series, there was quite a lot of that, actually. When Crichton first appeared, he was like the only mechanoid in the series. They kind of played around with it a little bit more in later series and like added in some more. And there were a couple of fake outs. The thing is, like say in Red Dwarf, they never actually encounter any aliens. They meet like genetically engineered life forms, you know, that are like escaped from Earth, but they never actually meet an alien that came from a different planet. And like the implication is that there really is no other life in the universe. In fact, in one of the newer series, they actually meet the universe. They actually speak to the universe. It's like a physical being. They talk to him, and he confirms that he has only ever made life on one planet. So yeah, within the Red Dwarf universe, there is no other life outside Earth. Which, again, I think is a pretty bleak concept. I think the idea that we're alone in the universe is a lot scarier than the idea that there's life out there. There should be life out there. That makes the most sense, you know, that we're not alone. There's a quote I can't remember who it is. I think it might have been Fermi. But there's a quote that says, there are two possibilities. Either we're alone in the universe or we aren't. And both are equally terrifying. But I disagree with that. I think the possibility of us being alone in the universe is way more terrifying. That is by far the scarier prospect to me. Anyway, we're certainly not alone in the Minecraft universe. Spoiler alert, but there are aliens in this mod pack. Once we get to the moon, there's plenty of aliens there. So, the question has been answered already. In Minecraft, no, we are not alone. Okay, do we actually have enough to paste? How many did that say? Oh. F, there we go. Go back to copy. 224 blocks, that's 4 stacks. Okay, we do need a little bit more then. Let me just go and grab a little bit more. I see them as a friend group I'd have in real life, the nerd and whatever you want to refer to the others as. I think so, yeah. I think that's why Red Dwarf works so well, is they do feel like a proper group of friends, you know? They hate each other, but they can't live without each other as well. Especially Lister and Rimmer. Lister and Rimmer despise each other's guts, but they couldn't live without each other, you know? Which some might say is a toxic friendship. But you're not going to love your friends all the time, right? There's going to be times when your friends get on your nerves, you know? There's going to be times where you don't see eye to eye. That's life. Will this work? Please work. Oh. Oh, it almost worked. I did place it 1 block to the side, which means the texture is a little bit off here. But this is fixable. Hopefully I got rid of the troll. You did, Draydog, thank you. I'll just fill this with birch planks. It really doesn't matter what we use to fill in the cavities up here, you know, they're literally never going to be seen. Oh yeah, look at that. Now, obviously, the other end were a button short. Were a block short. Pressed all the buttons because the last person I blocked apparently wasn't blocked. Yeah, like I said earlier, you've got to make sure you hit block, not mute. Mute just means they can't speak for the rest of the stream. Block means that they can't speak ever again. Honestly, you are better off just muting, and if they come back in a future stream, then block. You know, I do prefer to like give people a second chance. So if you mute them, and then if they come back again the next day, then you can block. Hey, Welshie, how you doing? I'm really good. I'm working on our space base at the minute for Ad Astra. As you can see, it's heavily inspired by Aperture Laboratories. This is just the corridor. We haven't even built any of the rooms yet, but this looks so cool. I'm really, really happy with this. I am going to put some more lights at this end. Looks really clean. Thank you, STFC. It does. It looks so good, honestly. Oh, that's supposed to be a block higher, isn't it? Looks good so far. I'm good too, thanks. Glad to hear it. There we go. There will be lights along the corridor as well. Each door is going to have lights above it like that. So even though we haven't built any more doors yet, eventually there's going to be other rooms along here. I think I'll do something else with the ceiling as well. I actually quite like this ceiling now that I've seen it, but it is still a bit bare. So I might look at adding some ducts or something up there, some pipes. The lights also aren't aligned properly. There's 4 blocks at this end, but only 3 blocks at the other end. That's minor stuff. That's stuff that we can sort out in future. One thing, we've got half an hour left, so one thing I do want to do is experiment with the floor markings. So the way I want it to work is there's going to be lines on the floor that take you to each department, right? So if you want to go to the rocket launch site, there'll be a line to follow. If you want to go to the storage area, if you want to go to the oxygen area, there's going to be all these lines on the floor for you to follow. Now, the way I'm thinking of doing that is with copycat slabs, because those let us combine 2 textures within a single block, if that makes sense. I'll show you what I mean. Concrete. We got some green and we got some black. That'll have to do for now. Just for the purposes of this demonstration, we'll just get green and black. And then some copycat slabs. How long did that factory take you to build? I think we built this in the first 10 episodes. I think the factory was finished around episode 10. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. If we put these slabs vertically like this, we can colour one half with one colour and the other half with a different colour. So look at this. We can have like these half block thick trails on the floor lead into the various areas. So imagine, you know, the green line goes off down a different corridor that goes to the oxygen production area, and the black line goes down another corridor to where the fuel refinery is and stuff like that. And eventually we could have like 5 or 6 different lines leading to all the different areas of the base. That's what I'm thinking. And these slabs are going to be perfect for doing that. We can also use bytes for corners. In fact, let's just test that we can actually do it around a corner as well. Bytes. There we go. Oh no! Shit. Those are slices. Those are corner slices. We need bites. There we go. Okay. Yes, look at that. We could even make it work around corners. This is perfect. This is... I can imagine it now. I can imagine just 5 or 6 different coloured lines going down the corridor, all shooting off in different directions. I see the vision. I see it. We're going to need a lot of concrete in a lot of different colours, though. It depends how many different areas we're going to need for the base. At the very least, we're going to need a rocket launch pad, a fuel refinery, an oxygen production area, a material fabrication area to make all the rocket parts and stuff like that. Possibly a storage area. So that's at least 5. What else would we need? I'm thinking. We'll see. We'll see. I'll think about that before the next stream, but certainly it's gonna be a very big building. It's not just gonna have like 3 rooms. There's gonna be all sorts of other stuff, and there's plenty of space underneath this mountain for us to fit in all sorts of cool stuff. Trying to avoid Minecraft, it's like a drug for me. I can't stop building. Oh, I feel you, Dre Dog. Once I'm hooked on Minecraft. Once I'm in, you know? Do we have any more steel doors? How do we make those? Iron sliding door. Ah, right, okay. 1 steel block and 6 iron plating. Or 1 steel block and 6 steel plates to make a steel version, which is black. A reinforced door is 4 blocks of obsidian, a steel block, and 2 steel plates. We could use that for the main entrance. That could look pretty cool. But I think for the rest of it, I quite like the iron doors. These are the iron doors, by the way. We've used them on the factory here. They're a good colour. I don't think we should use black ones because the walls are black as well, and the doors might be a bit hard to spot. So I think we should make the doors lighter coloured so they stand out a bit more. You can see here, the front door right now is made out of iron, and it seems to... I think it contrasts well. I think it contrasts well with the wall around it. So let's try and make some of those. How do we make iron plating? Just iron sheets. We might have some, actually. We do. Oh, we got loads of it. Okay. And we've got quite a lot of steel because we've been making... Because the steel production's automated now. We should have, like, a couple of stacks of steel. 205 steel. Oh my god. It's working. It's actually working. The automated steel production is working. Oh, that's so cool. That is such a sight to see, honestly. Let's make a few of these doors. Okay, what else did we need? Glass panes. I think we got some of those in our main storage vault. Also, I don't know how much space is left in the main storage vault, because so far, every single block that we've collected since we started this series is in this vault. I have no idea if it's running low on space, or if there's plenty of space left. I have no idea how much is left in there. Okay, glass panes. Wait, what? Oh, those are framed glass panes. Oh, it only works with regular glass panes? Oh, that means we're going to need more sand. Half hour left. Time has flew. It has. It has, Charlie. I've enjoyed this one so much. I like to say, I do apologise for last week's Minecraft Monday stream, because I did just kind of rage quit, for want of a better word. But it was really stressing me out last week. You know, the game was lagging. It's lagging a little bit now, but I've pretty much fixed the lag problems, which I'm very happy about. And even the internet problems seem to have cleared themselves up, so it's been a good stream. It's been a lot more enjoyable than last week's Minecraft stream. Let's put it that way. All part of streaming. Exactly, Charlie. You do have ups and downs, you know. You have good streams and bad streams. This has been a good stream. It's been quiet, but I've enjoyed it nonetheless. I just wish we got a few more followers, you know? That's the only thing, like... I really love these streams. I've really been enjoying them lately. The only thing that still bothers me is when we get to the end of the stream and the follower count just hasn't changed at all. It is unfortunate, you know? Okay, I think I'm going to go and grab a couple more shroom lights. I'll be at work tomorrow when you play in Euro Truck. I'll try and pop in. Thank you, Charlie. Hopefully we'll see you at some point. Just at work, hope you're okay. I'm good, Jess. How are you doing? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get a waystone and I'm going to put it in the nether. To make it a bit easier to get to where the shroom lights are, because like I said, the only nether portal we've got is way over here now. We don't really need to go to the nether very often, so having a full portal doesn't really make sense, you know? I'll pop in tomorrow. Nice one, Jess. Yeah, I'm going to be doing Euro Truck. I'm going to be doing a convoy. We might go a bit further afield in tomorrow's convoy, though. I know the last couple of convoys we've done have been on the Nordic Horizons area, but I'd quite like to visit some other parts of the map. My favourite DLC for Euro Truck is Road to the Black Sea, which is Romania, Bulgaria, and Hungary, and a little bit of Turkey. Such a beautiful DLC, like every part of it is so gorgeous. I'd love to join the convoy, but got a console. Oh, maybe next year, Dre Dog. You know, just hang in there. Console is coming. This year is when they're aiming for releasing it. So hopefully you won't have too much longer to wait. Ow. Ow. Warp forest. There we go. Euro Truck does come up on the Xbox Store, but obviously can't be downloaded. I mean, the fact that it's on the store is a good sign, though, you know. Does it have, like, an expected release date on the store page? Because, yeah, last I heard, they were aiming for Q3, which should be, like, September-ish. but I wouldn't be surprised if it was delayed, you know. Delays are like part and parcel of the video game industry at this point, you know. Oh, that's not good. There we go. Okay. Didn't like me using a waystone to travel from the nether to the overworlds. But we'll just give it a minute. Okay, there we go. It's fine again. We definitely won't be doing that very often. At the moment it just says content unavailable to download. Fair enough, fair enough. Would have been nice if they'd put like an estimated release date on it, but like I say, the news at the minute is that it'll be before the end of this year. We'll see whether that bears out. I'm getting loads of lag all of a sudden. Literally haven't had any problems with lag for the entire stream. And now it's suddenly freezing every few seconds. What's changed? And of course it's happened right at the end, with literally 20 minutes to spare. I suppose it's enough to justify a quick reload of the world. Looking forward to Farming Sim again this week as well. I have to say, really, really loved Farm Sim Friday last week. The new mod pack, the ultra realism, so fun. I really wasn't expecting to enjoy it as much as I did. I'm really looking forward to continuing that series. And that will be coming again on Friday. And we're playing Subnautica this weekend. Subnautica starts on Sunday. I'm so excited for that too. Subnautica, one of my favourite games. I fucking love Subnautica, and I really can't wait to play it on stream. It was actually one of the games that I played on stream back when I first played on Twitch. Long time ago. Way back when. I did play on Twitch. I streamed on Twitch for like a few weeks. It didn't last very long. But one of the games that I played back then was Subnautica. I'll look forward to playing it again. I really am quite excited for that. Okay, we're loading back in now. Peak time, everyone going online now. I know, Charlie, yeah. There we go. What annoys me is the game has been running smoothly. Like, we've been live for 2.5 hours, and the game has been really smooth. Like, it's frozen a couple of times just for a second or two, but the game on the whole has run very smoothly today compared to last week. And now, right at the end, right just 20 minutes before the end of the stream, this is literally unplayable. Like, I cannot move. It really annoys me when it just randomly starts doing this. It's completely frozen right now. Okay, last chance. I can try and restart the whole game. That might fix it. Just give me a second. Okay, there we go. I've killed it. I've killed it. Let's try again. Afternoon, how are you doing today? How's your live been? It's been good. It's been good. How's your day been? Good, good. A lot warmer today, which I appreciate. It's been freezing recently. Explain the necklace, says Charlie. This was a present from my dad. It says, I love you today, tomorrow, always. And then on the back it says, to my daughter, never forget that I will love you forever. Which is nice. Thanks, Dad. Okay, game's relaunching now. Might take a minute or two. Does anyone want to see Amber, by the way? He's here today. There he is. Can you see him? There he is. Oh, look at him. Unfortunately, he's still not doing too well. He's better than he was before, but he still hasn't had anything to eat in almost 3 weeks. And I've been trying to feed him, but he just won't take anything. So I still don't think he's got much time left, to be honest. I think probably by the end of the month. But he seems happy enough, you know. But before he seemed very miserable. You know, he was kind of just curled up in his hammock all day. But now he seems a bit more active, so at least, you know, I think he's going to die happy, to be frank. Let's dive in again. Welcome to Outlast, says Charlie. It went very well, Charlie. First episode of Outlast was great. Next episode is going to be not this Wednesday, but next Wednesday, which is the... Hold on, let me just check. The 21st. Oh no, the 14th. Wait. Yeah, the 21st. 14th is this Wednesday. Yeah, next Outlast stream is going to be on the 21st. Horror Wednesday is every 2 weeks. So, unfortunately, you're going to have to wait till next week. But I am going to be playing Euro Truck tomorrow, Farming Sim on Friday, and Subnautica on Sunday. So it's a busy week this week. It's intense, isn't it? It is. I am really loving it so far. I wasn't expecting myself to enjoy it as much as I have, but it has been great so far. Really been getting into it. I think definitely we will play... I think we'll play the Whistleblower DLC, and we may play Outlast 2 on stream as well. Not straight after, we'll play something in between. But yeah, I definitely think I'll check out Outlast 2. Probably not the Outlast Trials, just because it's multiplayer. And I'm not really that interested in that. But yeah, I think definitely the first two. Whistleblower's an Outlast 2 DLC, isn't it? I think it's for the original. I think it's for the original. Okay, we're back in, and seems to be running alright now. You can play Trials alone. If it does have a single-player mode, then I'll definitely consider checking it out. I assumed that it was online only, but if it is, you know, if you can play it single-player, fair enough. It's quite hard on your own. Oh, well, excuse me. I'll still try it. I'm down for a challenge. There we go. Sealed off for the time being, but there will eventually be more stuff through there. How did we do this? I see. Okay, 30 minus 6 is 24. Divided by 3 is 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So, door here. Oop. Hello, Luffy. How are you doing? There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Another door here. And there should be another 8 blocks. Yes, there we go. The doors will probably be moved eventually. They probably won't stay where they are. This is just so that you can visualize how it's going to look once the doors are all in. I'm not quite sure exactly what the layout of the base is going to look like yet. I just know that this is going to be like the main entrance area. Ooh. That one's wrong as well. Still wrong. Oh yeah, that's more like it. I keep putting these lamps in the wrong place. I just want to point out, by the way, someone is still reporting my live streams even now. I've just had gift giving suspended for 10 minutes. Reason, because I've been soliciting gifts. Have I, you know, right. You guys have been watching this stream for the last 3 hours. When in the stream did I say, please send me gifts? When did that happen? When did I say the words, please send me gifts? Apart from just now. I don't think I did. I don't think I actually said that, TikTok. I don't think I've asked anyone to send me a gift at any point in today's live stream. So why have you suspended gifts for 10 minutes because of gift solicitation? Why have you done that, TikTok? Could it be that someone's just hit the report button and you've just gone, okay, like you always do? Could that be what's happened, by any chance? Fuck this platform so much. I will keep saying it until I'm blue in the mouth. Fuck TikTok. You're a pile of shit, and I hate you. And I'm only here because my audience is here. And I mean that most sincerely. I'm just blocking these doorways off for aesthetic purposes for the time being. It's a good job you can recarve these. Something that really annoys me with a lot of vanilla blocks is once you've carved them, you can't carve them again. So, like, once you've turned them into one style of block, they're permanently stuck in that style. I like having the option to recarve them, because what if I make something and I don't like the look of it? What if I didn't like these panels and I wanted to carve them into different ones, you know? I'm glad that I have that option. Now this is beautiful. This is brilliant. I am very, very happy with how this looks. Wow. Imagine it. Imagine it. Behind this door, the oxygen generation area. Behind this door, the fuel refinery. Behind this door, a factory that makes all the steel plates and blocks for the rocket. Behind this door, a place where the actual rocket gets built. And then behind this door, the launch pad to take the rocket into space. Imagine it. Imagine it. I'm so excited. I really feel like we're finally getting stuck into the Ad Astra stuff now. I know we haven't actually done anything Ad Astra related today, but we're finally in a position where we can do that. And it's so, so exciting. This looks great. Really, really happy with it. It is also going to have to be where we leave things for today, because it is just coming up to 6 o'clock now. Before we finish, though, let's have a quick look down at the factory and see how all the machines are getting on. Particularly the steel processing. That's what we're really interested in. $188 steel right now. Isn't that how much there was earlier? Let's just go and see. There might be a blockage. No blockage. I guess we're just waiting on coal. I'll check the biodiesel, just see if that's running properly. We have 195 buckets of biodiesel. Okay, biodiesel's fine. We don't need to worry about that right now. It's nice for everything to just be working, you know? It's nice for me to be able to walk up to the biodiesel and be like, is this working? Yes, it is. Perfect. And then just walk away and not have to fix it because it's broken again. It's great. It's great having things that just work. 363 coal here right now. the iron mine. We haven't actually been to the iron mine today, and I wanted to show this new lift that I've built. Very unconventional, very weird looking thing. It doesn't actually use a lift pulley like the one in the base. It just uses a piston underneath, which I'll show you when we go down. But it's very simple. It just goes up and down between the lower level. I didn't want to waste my resources on a proper lift because it only has 2 stops. So it's easier to just use a piston like this. But yeah, it's literally just that. It's literally just a really long create piston with a little platform attached to it. But it saves me falling down the hole all the time, because before this was just a big hole with a ladder on the side. Now it's an actual working lift. So, and I think it looks cool. It's quirky. It's different, you know, but I like it. These sloped girders are really cool, by the way. That's from what's it called? Bits and Bobs. Great mod. With that, though, I think we'll call it a day. I think we'll leave it there for Minecraft. It's gone really well. Really great Minecraft stream. Very, very much enjoyed. Don't go away just yet, because I'm going to do my usual wrap-up. But I think it's gone quite well. We did everything that we wanted to do today. We've finally started building the space center, and it looks really, really good. Like I genuinely really love how the space center looks right now. Obviously there's a lot more to be done. There is way, way more work to be done. Like, we've barely even scratched the surface of what needs to be done, but what we have done so far, I'm really, really happy with, you know. Hold on, let me just get where I can see you. There we go. Yeah, so there's not really much else to say. It's been a good stream. Much better than last week's Minecraft stream, I have to say. I've really enjoyed myself today. I hope you have as well. The next stream is going to be tomorrow. I'm going to be playing Euro Truck, and I am going to be doing Convoy again. So if you'd like to join, you can. Thank you for following Sharp Reload 0 on Twitch. Thank you very, very much. Yeah, so I'm going to be playing Euro Truck again tomorrow. It will be Convoy, and it will be open to anyone. So if you want to join and drive with me on Euro Truck, feel free. It will be the same time, 3 PM till 6 PM. We will probably stay around the Nordic Horizons region, but I would quite like to go a bit further as well, so we'll see what happens. Then after that, Farming Sim on Friday, and on Sunday I'm going to be starting Subnautica. So excited for that. Really, really excited for all the games we've got on at the minute, though. Like, there's no bad game in the rotation right now. Not that there ever is. I choose my games very carefully. But yeah, really looking forward to all the streams that are coming up this week. Minecraft has been great. Euro Truck is going to be great. Farming Sim, Ultra Realism. Can't wait for more of that. It's going to be a good week and a good month. There's loads of great streams coming. With that being said, I'm going to love you and leave you. Would you like to see Amber one last time before we go? Let me... Oh, there he is. Hang on. There he is. Oh, look at him. Look at my boy. How close can I get? Oh, what a boy. Oh my god. He is so cute. I mean, I could just sit here and watch him all day, genuinely. It's so sad to me that he's not doing well. But I've had him for a while. I've had him since July, actually. For some reason, in my head, I thought that I got him in September. I got him in July last year. That means he's been with me for July, August, September, October, November, December. 7 months. I've had him for almost 7 months now. So he's done relatively well. I would have, you know, I would like to have had him for a bit longer, and hopefully I will. You know, maybe he is just off a bit at the minute. Maybe he's got another month or 2 left in him. I don't know. But, yeah, it's not looking good. I personally don't think he's going to see the end of the month, to be perfectly honest with you. Hopefully he proves me wrong, because I love him. He's so cute. He's so lovely. And it's going to be sad. It's always sad when a pet dies, you know. Even pets that don't live very long, you know that it's going to happen. You know that they aren't going to live for very long. It still hits you when it happens. And I've been anticipating it happening for the last few weeks, so best of luck. Best of luck to him. Hopefully he pulls through. We'll see. Either way, you got to see him today, so that's nice, isn't it? We'll leave it there. I'll see you tomorrow for Euro Truck. Charlie says, got some screenshots I'll put in the Discord. Thank you very much, Charlie. That's very kind of you. I will leave it there for now, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Oh, before I go, shout out to the Patreons. Nearly forgot. Thank you very much to Kate, Jess, Danny, Riley, P, Charlie, Dan, AB, Marika, Aaron, and Hannah. Thank you all so much for supporting me on Patreon. Almost slipped my mind there, but thank you all very much, guys. If you want to get your name on this board, there's a link in my bio. It costs £1 a month. Yada, yada, yada. There's only 2 people watching right now, so there's no point in me doing the whole spiel. But thank you anyway, everyone, for supporting me there. Very kind of you. With that, I will say goodbye. I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you all very much, everyone, again. It's been a wonderful stream. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and bye-bye. And bye-bye YouTube and Twitch as well. Hopefully you've enjoyed today.